Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Thursday, August 17th. We are almost through August, y'all. This is crazy. This is wild. We are almost through August. I feel like I just celebrated my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the crazy part about everything. Like, wow, we are in wow, almost the end of August, almost the end of the season of Warrior, man. But where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. All right, so we're gonna start it off how I should be starting it off. Um, Today I woke up and I wasn't like 100%, but I woke up and I was like, I felt a little dizzy, and I was, got out the door, was able to drive, do all this, do pretty much everything up to walk into work. Um, I started walking and I just couldn't keep my balance. It felt like, how can I really say it? It felt like every time my body starts to sway, my brain starts to tell me, we're gonna fall. We're falling. I need you to fall right here. And then snaps back and says, nope, hold on. We're not gonna fall yet. No, hold on. We're not gonna embarrass yourselves yet. And I've been walking in the walls. I felt dizzy. I felt nauseous. I felt a lot of things this morning. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, this isn't good. This is not good at all. And I'm walking around. I'm just like, all right, well, maybe I'll shake it off. I'm weird. I'm very, very weird about going to the doctor. I hate fucking going to the doctor because they always want to stick me with shit, which, later on. But as I'm walking in, I'm just like, all right, man, if I want something, I'm just gonna try to tough it out and get the fuck home. I don't know if this is like divine intervention or what, but I've been working every day. I haven't been, been sent home or anything like that. And the day I needed it, I couldn't get it. But all right, hey, nope, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. Um, so well, I guess today was the day I needed it. Who knows? But so nothing, I wasn't on anything. I was like, all right, well, now I just need to go home. I need not go home, I need to go to urgent care. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't even try to tough it out in the first place, but I need to go to urgent care. Talk to the, to one of the guys, and I was like, look, man, I gotta go to urgent care, blah blah blah. Well, if you're not on anything, then yeah, you just yeah, go ahead. The fuck? They offered me a ride. I will give them that benefit of the doubt. I was offered a ride, and it's fine. It's okay. I did not need one. But I drove over to urgent care, waited for like 30 minutes. I was like, fuck, yo, this shit sucks. And we not like the dizziness and everything, like it started getting worse and worse. And so I'm not saying it's not heat related for sure. I'm just in case somebody wants to sit here and say something. It's not heat related. It's actually my health problems is I have allergies and I get really bad sinuses, and they come at random times, but they're never caused this before ever. And or it probably has. I just like was young enough to like withstand it. Now I'm not at the age where I can withstand stuff like this anymore. So I do need to go to. It takes a lot for me to even think about going to the doctors. It takes a lot for me to do that. And if I think it's serious enough, then it's definitely serious for me. Because like I said, they always want to stick me with something. I hate needles. I hate them with every fiber in my fucking being. And so we go back there, try to, I'm trying to figure it out. Doctor comes in, checks my ear. He's like, yeah, man, it looks like your eardrum is kind of bigger than what it should be. Or not bigger, but like it's not shaped how it should be. Like it's something impacting it. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck, middle ear infection. No, it's not a middle ear infection. Actually, it is. Hold on, let me give y'all the scientific name because I'm not good with scientific names. It was benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. Never, I once again never thought I'd be dealing with vertigo in my life. Well, probably later on. I thought it was gonna be later on, but I'm getting a lot of old man shit happening to me. Okay, all right, it's weird. Okay, this is just I'm getting old man injuries, and we. I think feel like this is like older people should be getting this type of vertigo, but that's what's happening. I cannot walk straight. Sometimes you might hear me slur my words a little bit or like forget. Like there's some things that's going on with that, and it's kind of affecting my cognitive. What not cognitive? Is that cognitive or connect? It might be cognitive. I don't fucking know. See, I tried. I tried on that. I'm not good with biology. Okay, but don't hurt me. But he was telling me, probably felt like you were drunk all day. I said, yeah, it felt like, you know, I just couldn't keep my balance and the room started spinning and it felt like the floors were like tilting. Like I felt like I was in a tilted motion the whole day. And he was like, yeah, that's the vertigo. So I was like, fuck, what do I do about a vertigo? So next thing he comes out and says, all right, but it's an easy fix. We're gonna give you a shot of steroids, which is cool. We're getting on a cycle. Let's do it. And then, a couple other medicines that, I ain't gonna talk about over here, but a couple other medicines that should help me with this thing going on. So overall, I took a shot today. It was a steroid shot. So you guys know if I get buff and become like Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, or any of them motherfuckers. Um, yeah, that's where we're at. Also, what's weird is that I think this is like the second day this was out, but there was a documentary called Hall of Shame on Netflix. I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately. Okay, I feel like, damn, am I getting old? Shit. I watched this one called Hall of Shame about the Balco investigation, and I'm like, wow. One of the medicines that they've given me was on the list for like one of somebody's ingredients for like the performance enhancing drugs. Now, I'm 34 years old. I have no aspirations right now of playing professional sports. This is solely for recovery purposes, but just in case everybody doesn't know, I have no, these are legal. You know what I'm saying? This is medical stuff that they gave me. I promise. I did go to an urgent care that was reputable, and we're good. We're good. I'm feeling a little better. I'm still a little hazy. Still a little here and there I'll lose my balance. So it's really up for debate if I'm going to try to work tomorrow because this isn't safe for me. All right, is that I drive a UPS vehicle. Oh shit, fuck it. I drive a vehicle. Y'all already know where I work. I think I've talked about this before. It is what it is. But um I've drive those vehicles, and I don't want to put myself or anybody else in danger. So I'm definitely going to slow play this and make sure that we're everything's good. I don't want to take any chances, especially with my life or anyone else's life behind that wheel. And also, like most of my stuff is me walking upstairs and everything like that. So I don't want to fall down any stairs with a bunch of packages in my hand and potentially hurting myself. So if that does come down to that, I definitely will make the right decision. Is what it is at the end. I'll deal with it later. But yeah, man, it's just it's a weird it's weird. It's a weird thing to deal with right now. And and like I said, I'm on a cycle right now. We're good. We're gonna be buff and shit, and we're gonna lose a lot of weight in the next week or two because I think these are like 20, like the latest one is like 21 days. I had to take like 6 of them bitches. Oh fuck, man. They the nastiest fucking pills. But the nasty ones, I would say this. The nasty pills actually do the work. Like Alka-Seltzer, don't get flavored Alka-Seltzer. I don't know what they do differently with flavored Alka-Seltzer than the original, but yeah, like I got like an orange flavor one, tastes pretty good. Didn't do shit. Okay, didn't do anything that was supposed to do. That like it didn't even come close. Alka-Seltzer knocks this shit out, but like that, they didn't do anything. So that's so that we learned a lesson not to take flavored Alka-Seltzer. So if the medicine taste is nasty, it's good for you. That's how I feel about it. That's my science of the day. If it tastes nasty, it's good. It's going to do his job fantastically, fathomably. I don't know any other words that can describe how great this is going to do for you. So that's the only thing I can really. That's the only big advice I can give you guys. But um, you know, got to watch. So we're going to continue on the Bleach review. It's going to be a little bit quick one. I mean, this might be a little bit of a quicker episode. But Bleach, the newest episode, came out on Saturday. Normally, I'm supposed to be doing this on Tuesdays. Shit happens. But I actually love this episode. I love the episode because we finally get to see Rukia finally like get acceptance from Byakuya. That warmed my heart in so many ways. That was the first time he really acknowledged her in a way to where it was complimentary. And I think him almost dying, it's sad. Like I know it sounds crazy, but it took him almost dying to be like, oh, I need to like re-engage. I got to re-engage with my that's his adopted sister. She's not part of the coochie. She is a coochie. Coochie. She is a coochie. Hey guys, don't get don't get this. This shit sucks. I'm just letting y'all know right now. But she isn't she isn't really a Kuchki. She's his adopted sister. So I mean, like he still like could have been better to her. I mean, he still tried to kill her. Like let's be real for a second. He did still try to kill her. In the first two arcs. But it was nice seeing it. Like he said, look, you're different now. You're stronger. You're strong, Rukia. And that just warmed her heart, man. And then they went back to all the times where he just kind of like, all right, fuck off. I don't know you, little motherfucking weakling. And her Bankai. And also, this is the most like badass shit ever. Bleach likes to do shit like this a lot. Okay? They like to be like, look, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna waste my Bankai on you. Byakuya was like, I could waste my Bankai on you, but like you ain't even worth my breath right now. He said, I want to have Rukia finish you because the dude, Fear, this is Fear Raider. It was a good fight between him and Rukia, to tell the truth. Like he does get his Volster Dutch and Volster Deech. He gets that. And he starts to get overpowered. Now they started doing the anime shit that I fucking hate. This is this might be my biggest pet peeve with animes is when somebody that's supposed to be kind of like a scary character like that turns into this like disgusting ass monster. It bothers me. It always has. Like ever since Akira. Like I hate watching anime. Sometimes I hate anime fights where they do that shit because it worked on Akira one time. And then everybody else starts to copy it. Like it's weird because Bleach never did this type of animation before. Except for maybe not even with Aizen. The only problem with Aizen is that they hid his face. And Aizen to me was scarier when you didn't hide his face. To me, because he was conniving. And that's what his sword was. I mean, that's what his Sanpakuto is. It's a conniving thing. It's supposed to confuse you. So when they make these big ass monstrous characters because he's supposed to be a scary character, every time he cuts you, his fear goes into your bloodstream, and the thing that you fear the most, it's like will come rushing to you. That's what happened with Rukia. And Rukia can drop her body temperature. What was it? negative 184 Celsius. Don't know what that means. Apparently, body doesn't shut down for she would have like, I think she had like 4 minutes. Like, no, she had like 4 seconds before all her vital organs and all her movements stopped working. She only had 4 seconds to use like her ultimate move on him. Used it very well. He melted because of the Volster Deitch. And he turned into this big ass animal. Then also the cuts that she ended up having, she was able to she was able to freeze the cuts and stop the blood flow because blood goes everywhere. So she wanted to stop the blood flow of the fear going up into her brain. So the once her moves stopped working, that's when she got in a little bit of a trouble. Byakuya kind of jumped in a little bit, tried to stop everything. Like, hold on, hold on. I want to tell you this. I think the thing that made her fear the most wasn't losing her friends. That's the crazy part about this. The thing that she feared the most was acceptance from her brother, from not getting acceptance from her brother for losing that fight. And then she sits there and he tells her that she's strong. And he's like, "You don't have any more fear, huh?" Nope. Fucking right. I'm gonna let her finish you off. She's gonna, her right here. She's gonna finish you off. I know you had my bankai, but you don't know how to fucking use it. He said, I know you used it, but you only used it halfway. You didn't use it all the way to its full potential, because none of you fuckers know that we had. Like, it's crazy because they went up to squad. Oh, fuck me, man. To the castle, and they all are learning their bankais, not just bankais. They're learning about their zanpakuto even more. Because they have, it's crazy because they've been fighting with like one hand tied behind their back this whole fucking time. So with Byakuya, learned the rest of his shit, and like I told y'all, man, I love his bankai. I forgot which one. His bankai one. He has one where he puts you in a dome. He also has one where swords come out the ground and then they turn into flower petals. The shit's sick as fuck. I don't. If you ever get a chance to see his bankai, it's amazing. So she's, they're getting in the fight, and then she kills him with her. Her bankai is amazing. And the way he talked to her about the bankai was like, "Yo, you only got really one chance to use this. You're not strong enough yet to fully use this bankai, but I'm telling you right now, you got only one chance to not miss. Because if you miss, you're dead." That's pretty much what's going on with her bankai right now. And she turns into this ice. She has like this sick ass fucking ice fucking uniform where it comes all the way up, yo, and her hair turns white, yo. I'm just saying, man, that was a very telling episode about Rukia and Byakuya. Like, she finally gets this acceptance, and she's a scarier fighter because all the Hidos and all the shit that she knows, all the Kitos and shit, yo, y'all, people are in trouble. Renji learning his Zanpato's full name, scarier. Fucking Ichigo understanding his Zanpato, scary as shit. I think everybody, to tell the truth, they gave him way too much time to figure out how to use their Zanpatos even better. Squad Zero definitely have been a big help, not with the fighting part, but with them learning their Zanpatos. That shit is sick as fuck. Another weird thing that happened this episode is that we are finding out that with the Stern Ritters, they're really just food to Yoichi. Like, he's expecting them to die, and so he can feed off of their souls. Pretty much, he's a hollow in Quincy form. That should piss all of them off if they all actually knew. But like, it seems like the top guys only know. There's only a couple of them that know that, like, with any of them that die, that he's getting their power. Like, he's getting not just their powers, but he's getting their the recollection of the fight that they were in to the person that they lost. And then he's also getting more power from the Quincy powers, from what they died with. Like, this dude is diabolical, man. How you gonna make all these Iran cars? And it's really right now, I think it's the Iran cars that he's taking all these from right now. I think the top dude, I forgot his name. I think it's like Jigum. I don't think he's an Iran car. I don't think he's a converted Iran car. I think he's just, or a Spada. I'm sorry. I don't think he's that. I think that's why he knows about the souls going into Yuichi. So that was a really weird situation. Not weird, but like a kind of a telling situation why he's not fighting right now. He's really gaining energy from each of his fallen soldiers. That shit is wild. How are you supposed to trust them? That shit, man. I'm gonna have to send y'all to y'all death, man. Go ahead, bro. You ready to fight? All right, cool. Go fight. And they think they're fighting for like the Quincy powers, and he's really just fighting because he wants more power. That's all they're fighting for. They're fighting for one man's power. That is wild. He doesn't even want the Soul Society. The only thing he wants is their souls. This dude about to be unstoppable, though. Enough of them die. He's going to be unstoppable. I mean, I know just plot armor. Don't get it twisted. It's definitely plot armor. But this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be a rough go, to tell you the truth. Like that, like whenever Ichigo really starts to fight him, it's gonna be a really rough go. Speaking of Ichigo, we see him at Soul. Is it Soul Palace? Soul Castle? One fucking two. It's sorry, y'all. Like I said, my memories are fucking blurry. I should have wrote this shit down. But he's there anyway. And they're talking about him. They're like, yo, he is completely different than what he was when he walked up in here. Remember, his Zanpakuto, when it goes into Bankai now, he has two of them. He's a double wielder now. And also, I think he found, he knows that he's part Quincy. So he said that I like this question. I like this question that I saw. They said, what was the question was, what if Ichigo was never trapped in a what if Ichigo was never trapped for the first invasion? What would have happened? I think he would have murked. I think he would have murked a bunch of people. I think Yamamoto and him would have fought Yoichi together. Still probably would have lost, but once again, I don't think he's out to kill Ichigo. That's really not his plan, is to kill. He wants Ichigo by his side because I think that's his grandson. So I once again haven't read the mangas. I won't read the mangas because I don't want to be spoiled. But I love watching this shit. So like, oh man, shit, I can't wait. And also, like, we just like even if you survive your battle, he's also conducting executions so he can take your powers. So this is how we find out about his powers. So he killed the robot one. What's the other one did he kill, yo? Did he kill? Oh, he killed the one that that took Hinzagaya's the one that took Hinzagaya's Bankai. That's the two that he killed. So it's crazy, man. It's a really this was a really telling episode. This is setting a lot of chess pieces on the board right now. And I can't wait till next episode because I saw Kenpachi, and his lieutenant was fighting one of the Stern Raiders who like apparently can disappear and punch people in the face out of nowhere. Like she can see him, but she's punching like a fake dummy or something like that, like a fake ghost one. And then he comes in and punches her, and then that's it for that. So he's about to have to deal with Kenny. He's gonna deal with Kenny. Yep, that's what's about to happen. He's gonna deal with Kenny, and Kenny's about to start folding motherfuckers. Because guess what? Kenny knows how to do Bankai. Once again, Kenny was fighting Kenpachi was fighting with both hands tied behind his back. Both. Hold on. Both hands. This is one of my top 3 favorite characters, by the way, because he's straight. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's smoke. Whenever he gets into the field, it's smoke time. It is smoke time. Someone's either getting folded or he's getting cut up, and you're still getting folded. It don't matter. You're losing. It's crazy because he was fighting. I don't even think his sword wasn't even a Shikai. It wasn't even a Shikai. He went and learned the name of his Zanpakuto after he fought Ichigo. Never learned the name of his Zanpakuto until after he fought Ichigo. And he had a lot of bodies on his record before that. He had to kill Ohana. Oh, remember he had to kill Ohana in the first season. And now we're here. He's coming. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. I love watching his fight. I wish we got to see when he slaughtered all those people, though. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all told me this was supposed to be uncensored, dog. Give me all that. I want all that. I want him straight up murking. That's all I need. I'm good. Nah, but yeah, I'm very, very excited about next episode because I know he's coming. Because he's not letting his lieutenant fight by herself. It's not happening. It will not happen. And he's been looking for smoke. And this is like the right type of smoke for him. Not the strongest character yet, but we're about to find out like how strong he actually got for the time of Way. Like everybody seems like they're getting stronger from their time away. I wonder what's going on with Chad and Odahime. Also, I wonder who showed up to the shop We still don't know who showed up at the shop. So it's a lot of it's a lot of things. I think they're just straight up like, we're going to take an episode and it's going to be one battle, and that's it. Like the only person that fought like for 3 episodes was the wrestler dude, was Mask the Muscle. That's the muscular, masculine, yeah, masculine, masculine. Like that's the only one that fought for like 3 episodes. Also folded once again, like I told you guys, he folded 5 people before he got killed. So just putting it out there, like dude was a problem, and he was like almost one of the worst, one of the weakest ones out of all of them. Just putting it out there. Just put it out there. So I'm ready for the next Bleach episode, man. You guys already know I love Bleach so much, man. Man, I can't wait. I cannot wait for the next episode. Goodness gracious, because of this Kenpachi. Woo! Let's go. Okay, sorry. Also, man, like I said, so that's the Bleach review. My fault. That is the Bleach review. Lastly, because I'm getting like winded right now. Lastly, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about the Johnny Manziel documentary. Can I just say that shit? I see some people make an argument that they wanted to see a 3-part episode about Johnny Manziel. I think it was perfectly done. I thought it was really well done to make it into just a movie, like the Balco one, just a movie. It's an hour, 18 minutes. It wasn't really that big for something that was a bombshell in sports entertainment. It still didn't warrant 3 episodes. Just like the Madison Palace didn't warrant 3 episodes. Like these, yeah, the untold stories, they do they know what to make a 3-episode arc, and they know what not to. I think the Johnny Manziel thing was like that flash in the pan type deal. It was like, you can't say Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin was about maybe 2 weeks. Johnny Manziel was about 2 years, maybe 3. And it was very telling. I wish they talked about his arena football days too. I do wish they touched on that a little bit, see what was going on there. Maybe he can give us some insight on that. But I think the part that everybody needed to know or wanted to know, they found out in this documentary. Like when he was out partying, why he got kicked off the Cleveland Browns, because we never got a full story of why he got cut or kicked off the team after being a first-round pick after 2 years. After a year and a half on the team, right? It's about a year and a half, 2 years. So I think this was a really well done show. I think it was a really, some people, you find out, like, do you really want fame? Do you really want to be the most famous person out? Dude couldn't go to class. You know what I'm saying? He was a party dude. You know what I'm saying? And he had to lie about his own. You ready to tell people, oh man, yeah, we came from oil money. I don't need this. We came from oil money. Like, nah. And then you find out about the NCAA, which we already knew. They were scoundrels. We already knew at one point. Well, still kind of. They were making money off these kids that were making billions of dollars. Like Texas A&M is in the middle of nowhere in Texas. I live here. I know this. It's in the middle of nowhere. That's literally the only thing in College Station is Texas A&M. So when you sit here and you watch this, and he made he generated like $300 million in a year, and he ain't seeing a dime of that. Come on, man. And then everybody, oh well, they're getting free education. They're doing this and that. They're getting to go to school for free. That's cool. That's $40,000. I made you $300 million. 300, I think, was it $350 million? He sold like over 1 million jerseys with his number on it. You know it was Johnny Manziel. We all knew that it was number 2. We know that's Johnny Football. So him taking advantage of the system, doing the autographs for $40,000. Now we just played for school. He only went to school for 2 years. So what did you do? What education did you give him for 2 years? Dude couldn't go to class. One of the most famous football players. What's crazy is he was one of the most famous football players between college and NFL at that time. Everyone knew from the NFL stage, from the college football stage, even outside of football, that they knew who Johnny Football was. And he generated over hundreds of millions of dollars. And you're trying to sit here and tell me he was going to see a dime of that? I'd be pissed too. It just showed you. It just shows you. Like, people think that, like, y'all think these kids didn't deserve to get paid. They're generating billions of dollars to these schools. What was it? Who just paid? Didn't two schools like the Oklahoma and Texas? No, let's go to the SEC. Oklahoma and Texas, yeah. They just had to shell out, what was it, $100 million so they can leave? What the fuck are we doing here? And these kids ain't making jack. Like, even still to this day, the highest paid amateur player right now is Bronny James, and he's getting paid $2 million. He was in high school making that much. He probably generated so much money for that high school because they were on ESPN. They are getting kids recruiting to go there. And you're trying to sit here and tell me that $2 million, yo, bro, I'm happy that he's making, I don't have $2 million, so let me not. But that's nickels to, that's a pennies to nickels. You know what I'm saying? And I have a problem with it. It sucks because these kids are exploited. These guys were exploited. And then for that exploitation, the microscope is even bigger on Johnny Football. And so you see him always out partying with his homeboy. What was it, Nate? They called him Uncle Nate. Very weird name to call somebody that you're almost the same age as. I think Nate was like a year or two older than him. Maybe a year older than him. But pretty weird. I ain't gonna ask any questions. Okay, cool. But in my opinion, I think this, I would say this. I think that this was, I know some people would say this isn't a cautionary tale. I think it is. I think this is what you need to, some of you people, some of you kids, and I feel like this needs to be watched as a case study. This needs to be not figured out. This needs to be studied. Like, this dude was at the top, more famous than professional football players, more famous than most actors. Like, they knew who Johnny Football was. And it wasn't even a fall from grace. It was just a fall from that fame. What do you do after that? Like, dude was talking about eating a gun. And I'm just like, he said, that's how bad it got. And I just want people to understand, like, this is it. That's the story. And I know some people saw that I don't remember seeing him drinking beer on the documentary, but I guess he did. I was like, shit, he's not sober. He never claimed to be sober. I don't remember him ever claiming that, but he went to rehab and things like that. But I mean, nothing wrong with a little beer here and there. And I think his issue mostly was drugs. That's probably what his issue was mostly. Hopefully, he's not doing any drugs. Hopefully, he's of sound mind. He's look like he's living a good life still, man. They're talking about, yeah, man. They were talking about, his dad. It took his dad practically saying, "Oh, I can't. Like, I gotta back away from you, dude. Like, we had a business together. I gotta back away from business because you're not. First of all, A, you're not taking it seriously. B, you're over here like spending the money and fucking the business up. I gotta back off, bro." Dad looked like he's still living a pretty good life. I ain't gonna lie to you, look like he's living a good life. But I want to say, hey, look, man, do your thing, baby. They over here golfing and shit. I'm over here like, damn. That oil. Finding out that oil, like their family wasn't oil rich, bothers the shit out of me too. Like, the media ran with that. I remember when they ran with that, and I believed it. I still actually, that was the first time I heard that story was fabricated. They fabricated that story. That's wild. That is wild. I remember hearing, I remember it clear as day. on like I think college football in like the college game day or some shit. They were talking about, his family's oil rich, or like, trying to call him that like the spoiled rich brat type deal, and really dude is from humble beginnings. What was crazy is that when he was in high school, I know some of you probably didn't watch this, I'm gonna just say this. When he was in high school, he went to kind of like a military type school. Not like the football program is like militant. Like you had to be here at this time, everybody wore the same jerseys. Nobody was bigger than the brand. Nobody was bigger than the team. There's not one person bigger than the team. Somehow he showed out. He said he was still partying, doing all, I mean, like this shit that he was getting away with in college, going out partying, you know what I'm saying? And then going and winning football games, being able to run around, scramble around, shit like that. And then to find out you watched literally zero minutes or seconds of plays. Damn. It's not, you can't be mad at him for squandering this opportunity, because ever since he got to college and he got famous and got really big, no one ever told him no. Except for the NCAA for their rules, they slapped him on the wrist. So to me, it just, yo, man, if you ain't hearing no no's, you are in trouble. No one's saying no to you, bro. You gotta, back up and like reevaluate a little bit. Like, yo, man, I want to buy this jet. Yeah, man, you should do that. No, you don't have that one friend sitting there telling you no. That's the problem. That was the problem with the dude, Nate, his best friend. That was his problem. He didn't tell him no. And then when it was time for him to get off the train, he was mad. He got mad for being kicked off the train. Dude, you were a liability. Yeah, you took a bullet for him one time for the signing shit. That's okay. That's fine. You can take that bullet. That's fine. But dude, you were promoting the activities. You were sitting there side by. You wanted to be in the action. You wanted to be in the mix, and you mad about that shit? It's weird, because I wish we got more of that story. Maybe that's where you get the 3-parter, where it's like him and Nate, but like Nate didn't seem bitter. To me, he didn't seem bitter. He just seemed like he was just telling a story, the real story or whatever. Johnny agreed. He said, "Yo, I had to, he got mad. I told him he need to back off a little bit, and he got mad, and we went our separate ways." Okay, because he became a liability. This documentary teaches you some things. The price of fame. Are you willing to pay it? Are you willing to pay for that price of fame? And also, know who your friends are. Know which family members you can talk to about this stuff. Who's going to have your back? Who's going to be the ones to tell you no? A definitive no. Who's the ones who are those friends? That's the ones you need around you. That's the ones you need to keep around you. Don't get mad when they tell you no. They're trying to lead you to a better life. They're trying to lead you to a better direction. Listen to those friends. They're the ones that's fucking looking out for your best interests. That's cool. That's cool. Y'all out partying, things like that. Yo, man, maybe you shouldn't snort that coke, because we got shit to do in the morning. Maybe you shouldn't smoke that weed. We got shit to do in the morning. Maybe you shouldn't drink that drink. We got shit to do in the morning. That's the friends that I am advising you as my listeners, as my neighbors. This is the friends that I'm advising you to have. I'm that friend. I'm gonna tell you, nah, bro. I don't think that's a good fucking idea, man. I really don't. If you want to do it, I ain't a part of this shit no more. I'm off the train. Take me off the fucking train, dog. You can call me. You can tell me about it, but dog, I can't be a part of that shit. That's wild as fuck. I can tell you no. I can tell you maybe you shouldn't, but it's up to you, man. It's like the old saying goes. You can lead the wars. You can wars. You can lead the horse to water. It's up to the horse to drink it. And Johnny learned that the hard fucking way. And I wish, I maybe not, maybe I don't wish this. I'm sorry, I don't wish it, but uh, I would have liked them to go a little bit more deeper into why he was ready to eat a bullet, like the actual things that was going through his mentality at the time. It didn't seem like they really dug deep in that, which is okay. But to me, that part of the story probably could have helped somebody that's on the edge, somebody that was at the mountaintop and has hit rock bottom and tried to hit rock bottom on their own. I think that would have helped them. I think that part of the story helps him. Now, I don't know what he does, outside of the documentary, what he's been doing outside of football. So I can't really fully judge on what he's been doing. I'm just saying I wish we got a more definitive, more fleshed out mindset for that, because that would definitely help, like, mental health wise. And like I say, like I'll always say for every episode, please, if you are thinking about it, if you're having these dark thoughts, if you're doing anything, please make sure you call someone, make sure you talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? This is why I put "How are you doing" in Spotify, in my Spotify question. I don't know, I can't do it on Apple. So if you don't have Spotify, I'm sorry, but if you go to Spotify and it says "How are you doing," talk, type it out, let it out some way. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I'm really trying to push this mental health objective, because we need to, like, literally not make this a stigma anymore. We need to really help the community. We need to help each other. So with that, I would like to say that is the podcast for today. But where you can find the Cruising Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. And like I said, once again, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing doing better. I'm getting there. We're gonna get there. Don't worry. It's gonna be a lot more content coming out. I promise. I know I keep saying I know, but I promise there's gonna be a lot more content coming. So with that, I would like to say I love all of you. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.